Greetings, everyone, and welcome back to more Xenogears. Alright, just want to make sure I had everything ready to go. Alright, so we're going to explore the rest of this palace here. So we checked out the library. That's the important part. Which was here. So let's go look at some other rooms. That which the Gazelle Ministry of Solaris desperately seeks is the 12 anima relics created by God's wisdom. The merging of an anima relic and a gear can produce an omni gear. But the subjects must be in suitable synchronization, or else the transformation will not occur. Some of the anima relics have been discovered, but there are still more left undiscovered sleeping deep in the earth. Even we have been devoting much to the search, but to no avail. The power of the omni gears was so great that they could even hold back Diablo's collapse 500 years ago. If any more of these fall into the hands of the enemy, our future and even those of the land dwellers will be. I implore you, land dwellers, we require your assistance. Shavat must collect the remaining anima relics by any means necessary.
So the anima relics were created by God's wisdom. I wonder if that is truly the case. Oh no, that unit was meant to merge with something inorganic. That would be the proper assumption. It is foolish of humans to try to depend on such things. Oh my, I said too much. Forget what I said.
Shut up, Chew. Oh, hang on, we're gonna text. Alright, there we go. Oh, Speedy Cat. He's getting his rubbing on my feet on. He's being ridiculous right now. Alright.
The scientists of Solaris had bitter experiences in the revolt of the Lambs 500 years ago. So they decided to do some work on the Lambs. They inserted various limiters so that they would never be able to revolt. For the past 500 years, Solaris controlled the Lambs' consciousness, behavior, and all. Naturally, Lambs don't know anything about it. That makes it even more unforgivable, although it's highly efficient.
This land is a treasure ground for us. Oh, this land is a testing ground. You see where my mind's at. I want more loot. It's been too long since I passed some loot. So this land is a testing ground for Solaris. Their objectives are genetic engineering, crossbreeding, and mind control. They want to collect data for the newly created organisms and general combat data. Lambs are mere livestock to be raised for Solaris purposes. The ethos was established mainly to control the lambs. The ethos supervised the land dwellers like domestic animals? Then I was. They're not doing this for fun either. It's an important simulation. Creating appropriate organisms that can align themselves with the anima relics is one of their important objectives. In any case, the lambs will continue to be Solaris guinea pigs unless someone stops them. I just nod. Yes, quite.
The limiter restrains the lamb's abilities, but there may be a way to remove it. Tara Melchior.
Naga Balthasar and Melchior. God dang, this game's just nothing but frickin' homage to Chrono Trigger. He used to be one of the 3 sages of Shavat. This is basically the kingdom of Zeo, except they're good guys.
You must know of a way to remove the limiter.
The whereabouts of the 3 sages, Melchior, Balthasar, and Gasper, it's the same 3 guys!
Have not been known since the Great War. There's even a rumor that they lost faith in humans because of the tragedy at Neeson. Solaris activities have increased once again. I wonder where they are, what they're up to.
A man named Krelian was the mastermind behind the planting of the limiter in the lambs. He was originally a lamb. He learned molecular engineering from the sage Melchior personally. But he misused it for such a terrible act, and an unbelievable monster. Alright, so down to this floor. What do you got over here? Further down is a prison. As been used for several hundred years, though. Isn't anything worth seeing. And I guess you could say in a similar barbaric phase like the land dwellers. Well, screw you, buddy. What do we have down here? And no speaking cats.
This is where we keep the criminals in the cells. It's been said that soldiers from Solaris were locked up in here long ago. I've heard we've even done many atrocious things at that time. War's like that. It abolishes good and bad. One betrays friends, neighbors, even his own flesh and blood. War turns even good, kind humans into crazed monsters. This is a carbonite cage that petrifies humans alive. Regardless of whether it was only used on criminals, it's still heinous. No matter how you look at it, they've sure thought of cruel things. And Star Wars. By the way, you land dwellers know about the Nisan tragedy during the Great War. Did you hear anything from the higher-ups? I haven't talked to them yet. I doubt they told you. Those old men politely avoid talking about it. Do they think the truth will disappear if they turn away from the past? Bunch of fools. Be careful, land dweller. You'll have a terrible time if you open up your heart to those old men. Just like they did in Nisan 500 years ago. What the frig are you babbling about? This is a machine created to put brutal criminals and dangerous monsters to sleep. It's expected to be used again, but it is ready any time just in case. Oh, isn't expected. Anyone who has no business here should leave. Get out right now. Yeah, I think we'll see something with that eventually, but I can't remember. Oh, this is kind of the part of the game where I don't remember much. I remember a few things here and there, but it's been a long time. That day, 500 years ago, that woman was definitely here. There was no other alternative but to be a captive. We could have won, at the cost of many sacrifices, only if that traitor hadn't disappeared with the woman. The escaped woman freed the beast. The beast sucked human blood and ate their flesh, and tore the world apart. Since then, people have found themselves groping in the dark. They've been atoning for a crime for 500 years. I want you to be careful, young one. Don't follow the same path as the traitor, drowning in hatred and love. I mean, just beat me over the head with foreshadowing, why don't you? Again and again and again. I really wish Chrono Trigger could have got like a proper sequel. I mean, Chrono Cross is a sequel, and people like Chrono Cross. I personally just not a fan. I've seen it played through. The story is not terrible, but it's not on the same level as Chrono Trigger. Fun looking game though. Is I was like, I don't really get the experience system and all that in the game. We've been flying up in the sky, right? It wasn't easy getting supplies. We can't just go and get all our own supplies either. We made it this far somehow. If the situation continues like this, we better do something. This month is going to be a very tight too. We must cut down on rations and make it. But everyone will probably gripe about that. What am I going to do? Mess hall. We're still running around the sky because of the war that broke out 500 years ago. Doesn't make any sense. Why do we have to suffer for what our ancestors did? What do you think? I can't even get fresh ingredients for meals. I've had it. Yui, what are you doing? Oh, welcome. You look good, Faye. The meal will be ready soon. Please join us and eat to your heart's content. Yui? Well, why are you here? Oh, didn't I tell you before? I was born here. After you left the village, I decided to return to Shevat along with the survivors of the village. Because the soldiers from Ava and Kislev were showing up around there.
see.
Welcome back. Oh, it's nice to be back. Well, thanks for your trouble.
I'm sorry for putting so much trouble on you.
What are you saying?
It's not your fault.
There's nothing to worry about.
People from the village understood after they came here and heard the story. They couldn't blame only you for that incident because Solaris was behind it. Yes, but...
Have you met the Queen?
If you haven't, go say hello to her as soon as possible. Okay, then I'll see you later. It's Midori.
Choo-choo, my friend. Midori really talks a lot. It's amazing how much stuff you have to talk about. We have a conversation about without talking. Have you forgotten already?
What's up with all the little kids this game not talking? You just arrived on the surface, didn't you? I've heard about you. They say you saved our colleague, captured by the Ethos. Thank you very much for that. I wish they'd give me a mission. I'd teach those Solarians a lesson.
Oh, and you are? I feel like I've met you before. You resemble Khan, the one who taught us the art of fighting.
Nobody knows his whereabouts after he went down to the surface on the Queen's mission. I doubt something bad happened to him, considering his skills, but I wonder where he is. Is this where I came in? No, I came in on the stone.
Yeah, I see. So you're the son of Khan. Have you met the Queen Zephyr yet? She still can't forget about the tragedy in Neeson during the Great War 500 years ago, even though it's not her fault. I assume she can't forgive herself for betraying and abandoning her fellow members, though she had no knowledge of what was going on. Oh, I may have said too much. I'm not supposed to know anything. Anyhow, keep up the good work in overthrowing Solaris, young man.
Maria's father, Dr. Nikolai, was captured by Solaris and nothing has been heard from him since. In any case, I'm sure he's being forced to do research on gears. If they develop Seepson further into a new gear weapon and start mass-producing them, well, to say the least, it would be more than we could ever handle. Nonsense. Balthazar thought brought Maria to Shavat about 5 years ago, along with that Seepson. Balthazar said he sneaked into Solaris by himself and tried to save Dr. Nikolai and Maria. He laughed as he told me that he managed to escape with Maria and take the Seepson as a souvenir. Don't worry, guys. We're going to advance the plot here in a minute. Just make sure I know everything. Long ago, humans were with God in a paradise in the sky called Mahadin. The place was protected by the power of God. Humans were never exposed to the fear or danger of death. However, one day humans entered God's forbidden garden made of fruit, which bestowed upon them tremendous intelligence and power. God found out about the incident, and the humans were banished from the paradise. The prosperous times were over, and an era of sorrow and hatred began. It was the first part of the legend of Genesis that was passed on from long ago. They said a legend such as this contains some truth to it. Humans banished from the paradise were foolish enough to revolt against God. In order to resist the power of God, they created 12 anima relics and called themselves gods. For 10 days, 10 nights, the world shed its blood. Mahana was enveloped in flames. But human strength was no match for God, and the arrogant humans were destroyed by God's anger. Only a few righteous men were left on the land. However, God was also tired and wounded. He decided to rest in the deepest depths of the earth. God's rest was long, but eternity is only a moment to God. Since then, the righteous men who didn't revolt against God had to live in the harsh nature by themselves, being in constant fear of death. The legend also says the following: when the righteous men's children were born again, God will awaken from his long rest and give a helping hand to them. If the legend is true, then what will the awakening God bring to the people? What kind of existence is God?
It's not known how much of the Genesis legend is true. However, the anima relics made through God's wisdom do exist.
Sorry.
Solaris Gazelle Ministry is desperate to find the anima relic, and Mahanan a place known to be God's resting place. If Solaris attains that power, no one will be able to stop them. But what will happen to the world then?
I'll just punch it with a mech. Whatever comes my way, just punch it with a mech. Alright, so let's go talk to the queen.
Hey, Wiseman. What's up, buddy? Right at your house.
You're finally here. Where have you been? Why are you here? I've told you before. I've learned martial arts with your father in Shevat. The queen is waiting. Go ahead.
Okay. Please come in.
Nope, there's loot. Oh, I guess I'll have to come up here later. Let's head down. On the other door. Oh, is this the Queen's quarters? It's a rather old photo. Is it a picture of a family? Parents, a girl, and a younger brother. Everyone seems to be smiling happily. I can't see what it actually looks like. Alright, let's go talk to the Queen. Go fooling around. Hello, your worship.
Thank you for coming such a long way. I am the Queen of Shevat, Zephyr. Your Majesty, you? I may appear to be like this, but I am actually 522 years old.
522? Is that really possible?
Yes. I and a select few of the vassals have undergone some special life-extending treatments. We were required to continue living until that final day approaches because of one man. To continue living, this is our atonement for that tragedy 500 years ago. Let us continue this discussion of the past. I've heard many things about all of you from Wiseman. Wiseman has been conducting his operations on the surface under my orders to keep an eye on that man's activities. Also, he was ordered to bring anyone from the surface who would be of help to us to Shevat. 500 years ago, we fought against Solaris for the freedom of the land dwellers. Even after that, we continue to resist Solaris, although we are short of any real power. Land dwellers, can you find it in your heart to help us? We must free mankind from the grasp of Solaris. We must gain true freedom and build a peaceful world to live in.
I see. You're quite right. But there's no guarantee that you aren't the same as Solaris, right? Even if Solaris were to be defeated, the people of the surface may just as well encounter a new Dominator. However, I tell no lie when I say we are doing this purely for the future of the Land Dwellers. If you still cannot believe us, then defeat Solaris, gain back the independence of the Land Dwellers, and then see if we still embrace the heavens together. It should do you some good if you rest in the palace and think about it. You must think about what you ought to do. But remember, Solaris has been quite active lately. We don't have much time for leisure. Now go and get some rest for now. Alright. So, the Queenie wants us to go and attack Solaris. Faye, go with Shivat. Your father Khan would have wanted you to. Alright, shut up, Wiseman. Shut up! Alright, well, they want us to rest. We'll do that. Then we'll save, and I think I'll cut the video because we're about to get into a big thing. I'll try to start that right now, if I can help it. Yeah. Alright, well, I know it's been a couple of short videos, but I'm going to cut it here because the next video will be a lot of stuff going on. And I'll catch you guys later. See ya!